Uh, Dr. Mario, he gets camped forever, and you throw him off stage and he dies. Shotos. It's pretty loud. You put something else. Alright, Shotos. They get camped really badly. Sonic has a lot of multi-hits, so their disadvantage ain't shit versus him. It's really hard for them to get any setups on Sonic, and if Sonic decides to play on non-interactive with the lead, they literally can't do anything. Where's the other one? Where is Ryu? I mean, the same applies to, like... I mean, Terry is really hard to kill, so he does have the comeback factor, so he might be, like, slight. He might slightly win the matchup. I mean, he might slightly lose. Is this based on Wi-Fi or offline? This is based offline. Where's Terry? Terry is a similar case with these guys, except he has hitboxes that cover half the stage. And a lot of times he's likely to live past 100, so once he gets to that point, it's very easy for him to bring it back and suddenly kill Sonic. But he should not be bringing it back, so. Fox, I think Sonic actually slightly beats Fox. I think, the neutral's pretty even. I feel like it's a little harder for Fox to contest Sonic in neutral. There's also the fact that, like, they both have really strong punish games against each other. But I feel like Sonic also has a slightly stronger punish game, because, like, Sonic can already combo Fox for as much damage as Fox is probably comboing Sonic. But also, Sonic has a very high chance of just getting Fox off stage and then killing him. While Fox doesn't really have that factor, it's kind of like Sonic, he has to get like a raw hit, or like just a straight hit on Sonic that kills him. Which is hard to do in the first place. It's just that he's really fast, so he's just good at catching like an evasive Sonic. But outside of that, it's like really hard for him to like contest Sonic in neutral, and like usually everything just slightly pans out in Sonic's favor. Papa thinks Fox is one of Sonic's worst matchups because he loses to like, he loses to Comet. Big fucking deal. It sounds like a personal issue. I think Star Wars' disadvantage just because like this is a Smash 4 character. You literally just hit him a couple of times and then he hits you like at 40%, you die. It's just how is he gonna hit you at 40%? But if he does, you die. So he doesn't. He has like, well, actually no. Now that I think about it, like you can play a very non-interactive game with him and he literally can't do anything. And you can also like throw him off stage and he just dies. So he's kind of like a Dr. Mario case. When I think about it. It's just like he can kill you, but it's very difficult for him, you know. He's better at baiting, I feel like, than he used to. He's better at baiting, which is why I want to put him here. Like I feel like out of these two, he's harder just because he's better at baiting. Let's just get the easy ones out of the way. Kirby, choking my fucking jerking my spit. Kirby, you take your analog stick, you point it the opposite direction of him, and he never catches you ever. Same with Jigglypuff. I think Fox is dead even offline. I think he wins on both. Rhoda? I got it for you, bro. I literally just choked on my spit. Anyways. Caesar, you're one to talk, bro. You literally have. Anyways. Caesar gave it to me, bro. Belmont's, I think Belmont's her advantage. My man gave it to me through the mic. Where is it? There's the other one. They have probably one of the worst disadvantages in the game. And they have like no boxing games, so you really just get up in their ass and you can't really do much. They're good at like spacing and like ranging Sonic and keeping them out, but like in those scenarios, Sonic is just gonna run away or play like evasive. But like if he's like up close, then like they're fucked. Like they just get like pressured and they just die. Sonic loses to Roy in my opinion. Where's Roy? I can't see him. There he is. I think Roy's even. So everyone just says this because they're losing to better players. That's literally it. That's literally it. The thing about Roy is that like Sonic should be winning a neutral like more times than not. Like his neutral is supposed to be significantly better against Roy than the other way around. The thing is like Roy obviously has that bullshit factor that like you're gonna be winning neutral like a ton of times. You're gonna be taking to like 150, and then Roy's gonna hit you at 40 and you're gonna die. And yeah, they're gonna be like, oh, that's the matchup. But like, yes, that's the matchup with a lot of characters actually. That's the matchup with fucking Donkey Kong. So you want to tell me Donkey Kong is also a losing matchup? You're gonna hit him until like 150. Donkey Kong just has to hit you at 40 and you die. And Donkey Kong is really good at covering Sonic's options, while Roy is also good at covering Sonic's options. The thing is, that's also been like a factor with like Smash 4 Sheik, where Smash 4 Sheik literally would oppress the character until like 190, and that character could literally kill Sheik at 10. Like not even exaggerating, at 10%, that character could kill Sheik in Smash 4. But Sheik was still considered a top 10 character because a lot of the time she should not be put into those scenarios because her neutral was fucking ridiculous. Same with Sonic in this game. Sonic's neutral is really absurd, and especially against Roy, his neutral is really good. And his ability to also stall out with a lead versus Roy is really impressive because now Roy literally can't do much if Sonic has a lead and he decides to run away, which has happened between Sonic and Goblin before, like other sets. So like, there's a lot of factors that become oppressive for Roy in a matchup. All Roy has literally going for him is the fact that he's good at covering Sonic's options, and if he guesses right, Sonic dies at 40, which is why it's even. But otherwise, Sonic should be winning a neutral like 10 out of 1. Like he should be winning a neutral a lot more consistently, and he should be able to camp Roy a lot more consistently. I hear people say, "Oh, always Roy beats Sonic, but it's still manageable." I mean, they lose to better players. Okay. Anyways, Bowser Jr.'s advantage. Clown Cart is like his only real approach, and it's not even a good approach against Sonic, so that's gone. So now he's just bad at disadvantage state, no neutral. He loses. I think Game & Watch loses pretty badly too. He doesn't really have a neutral versus Sonic. He can play campy, but Sonic plays campy better. And Sonic is much better, like significantly better approaching Game & Watch than Game & Watch is at approaching Sonic. And then both of them are pretty good at pushing advantage state. They're both very hard to abuse and disadvantage in the first place. It's just a matter of like who's better in neutral. I think Sonic's significantly better in neutral. And Game & Watch doesn't really have anything to make up for that, so he loses. He's also lighter, so he's gonna die earlier. Because they're both not really hitting each other for kill move until like high percents where they're just straight hitting each other. He's gonna keep his Sonic at disadvantage. If you're talking about Roy, it's literally the other way around. What's DK versus Sonic versus DK like? Atrocious. Should be here. It's just, I mean, realistically, I think DK is like right here, just because like DK is huge, so Sonic kind of like just blows him up, and Sonic is much better winning to neutral. The thing about DK is that he's really good at covering Sonic's options. He's really good at pushing advantage state versus Sonic because of like how big his limbs are, how fast his hitboxes are, and how quickly he can like end up in like certain, like how good he's at covering areas. Like he can literally just run in like back area or like cover with F tilt or up tilt or whatever. He just has big limbs that cover a lot of space, and he's pretty quick. He's pretty swift. So it's really hard for Sonic to like get DK really off of him, and at the same time DK can just kill him at like 40. So it's kind of like a similar case with Roy. The only difference is his disadvantage state is significantly worse than Roy's, so he's put over here. Can I go over Sonic Palutena? Oh, where is she? I think this is Sonic's worst matchup still. My opinion has not changed. I can see arguments for why people want to like. Where's that gonna move? I can see arguments for why people want to like pretend that this matchup is even. And like, I sometimes play the matchup and I'm like, yeah. In hindsight, if the Palutena plays like this, it's even. But like, if the Palutena chooses to play very campy, it becomes really difficult for Sonic to deal with anything. The fact that like if yeah, a campy Sonic is very difficult for Palutena, but she can play as equally campy versus Sonic and become as equally difficult. And then there comes a scenario where Palutena's disadvantage state is a lot harder to abuse than Sonic, than like the other way around. Like Sonic's advantage state, like Palutena should be dealing a lot more damage per neutral win versus the other way around with Sonic. And Palutena should have also a much easier time killing Sonic than the other way around. So when you give it those factors, I feel like Palutena becomes one of those characters that are practically impossible to kill if they're playing very campy and very evasive. While a Sonic making a mistake is a lot more common or a lot easier to happen than the other way around, and Sonic should be dying a lot more frequently than the other way around. So because of that, I think it's like Palutena wins the matchup. Because I feel like it's one of those matchups where it's like, if both of them are playing as evasive, Palutena should be taking the stock before Sonic almost every time. While another losing matchup, Pikachu, I feel like it's a little bit more doable with Pikachu just because I feel like it can go both ways. I feel like it's not like... I feel like Pikachu just has slightly more options to kill with, which is why I think Pikachu slightly wins. If Pikachu didn't have the kill power that he had, like the ability to kill off dash attack or grab or nair, or like literally anything under like the sun, it would probably be an even or slight Sonic matchup. But the fact that Pikachu has all these kill options and he is also capable of consistently getting the first kill before Sonic, while everything else is pretty much even, makes me feel like Pikachu probably wins the matchup. However, I feel like it's a lot harder for Pikachu compared to Palutena, which is why I think Palutena is worse. That's why I put her over here. Pikachu Sonic, I think Sonic probably wins this matchup, actually. I feel like if Sonic just holds Spin Dash, Pikachu pretty much has a stroke and like doesn't do anything. I feel like one thing that's very difficult about the matchup is that Pikachu obviously has the comeback factor of being able to kill you off of like just a random hit at like any percent imagine under the sun, because Pikachu's absurdly strong. And Pikachu's really good at like racking up damage and oppressing you and like doing a ton of damage. And it's really hard for Sonic to oppress Pikachu because Pikachu kind of like falls out of everything. So you can't really do that. And a lot of the hitboxes that Sonic throws out that aren't like multi-hits are really hard to land in the first place on a small character like Pikachu. So you kind of like, you have to resort to very limited options as Sonic, which makes it very like, which makes the neutral obviously a little difficult. However, I feel like a Sonic that chooses to just camp and spin dash is almost not really, it's not really possible for Pikachu to deal with. Pikachu can't really deal with that. If Sonic just spin dashes back and forth, Pikachu on like is so difficult for Pikachu to deal with that. Which is why I think Sonic slightly wins the matchup. Because if Sonic just does that, Pikachu's not really going to do anything. He's not really going to catch you with anything. And you might hit him with like a roll backer or something. I don't know. You're going to get a read. He's probably going to die like 90 maybe. If he doesn't, he lives to 200 and he dies to like literally anything. But Pikachu isn't really hitting Sonic with anything. I feel like Sonic is going to win neutral like 100 times more often than Pikachu is. It's just Pikachu winning neutral is more deadly, but he shouldn't be really winning neutral, which is why he's kind of like in the same tier as DK. Like literally the same scenario where like they both should be getting obliterated and losing neutral 100 times. It's just that they have to win neutral like 3 times to like really seal the deal. But it's just that their ability to deal with Sonic's neutral is so difficult for them that like they lose the matchup because of that. Falcon's garbage. He's an advantage. I think Sonic slightly beats Link because Link is the thing about Link is that he has really good aerials and he has projectiles. So he's really good at just stuffing Sonic out, which is, you know, ideal for a character. However, Link has like virtually no approach options versus Sonic, and Sonic is significantly better at stuffing out Link than the other way around. And Link's disadvantage state is also significantly worse than Sonic's in the matchup, which is why I think Sonic slightly wins the matchup. So Pikachu only won the matchup pre-patch. Yeah, because pre-patch he just killed you off literally one neutral win. And the matchup was actually horrendous because you can't contest him. Because if you make one mistake, you die. Well now you can afford to make more mistakes because Pikachu's chasing you, and chances are he's gonna be doing more damage to himself than he's ever gonna do to you if you're just playing evasive. Well, pre-patch that wasn't really a worry for Pikachu. He didn't have to worry about doing damage to himself. So and then he touched you and you actually just exploded. Sonic beats Peach slightly. She can't really. Sonic pretty much has the perfect counterplay to Float. Homing attack and spin dash are both amazing versus Float. Otherwise, obviously, she's really good at comboing Sonic and, walling him out, I guess. But in a sense, Sonic has a much easier time approaching than the other way around him. So, Cloud, similar case. He's good at walling out Sonic, however, Sonic has a much easier time approaching the other way around, and Sonic, his disadvantage is also a lot worse than Sonic's, so Sonic's lady wins. Little Mac is a hard advantage. Yeah, Sonic has like 900 ways to throw Little Mac off stage and then kill him. So, Sonic should be able to throw him off stage almost every time he wins neutral. And neutral is not that difficult versus Little Mac. And also, every stage has a platform except for one, which is FD. And if you know how to platform camp with Sonic, it becomes basically impossible for Little Mac to ever touch you. Isabella's advantage. Neutral is pretty annoying. But like once you know how to deal with her neutral, it becomes a lot easier. She's very gimmicky. Like she's like around here if you don't know how to deal with her. If you do, then she's like here. Her disadvantage is bad. Her neutral is pretty mediocre. If you know how she kills, you should never be dying to like anything she does be like under 200. Because she's not gonna like catch you if anything unless you like you go for like a YOLO option and she catches you. Bowser's slight advantage, he's really hard to kill. Otherwise, we kind of obliterate him everywhere else. Neutral is bad for him, his disadvantage is bad for him. He's really good at like he's again similar cases of DK, you make 3 mistakes, you die, and he's really hard to kill, so it's very easy to make those mistakes. But otherwise you should be destroying him in every other area. I think Mario's slight advantage. Similar case with these guys. I can really like a tier for this, honestly. Neutral is very bad for them. So they're going to be losing almost every time. It's just that if they hit Sonic, they should be blowing him up. However, I feel like Sonic also blows these guys up, so it kind of balances out. So it's just a matter of neutral in these scenarios. Because everything else like pans out. Like they both, except for these guys. Mario has a pretty... he's a decent disadvantage. His neutral is not, he gets out neutraled by Sonic. The combo game is pretty much the same. Mario has a slightly better time at killing, but I feel like the fact that Sonic should be winning neutral 4 times more than Mario should kind of makes up for that. Sonic Ness. I think Sonic Ness is a slight Sonic. He can't. Ness is really good at like being evasive around Sonic. But he has no he can't really pin Sonic down, which is a problem because if Sonic's running back and forth, Ness isn't going to ever hit him with like anything that's like constructive. Like he's not going to hit him with like a combo start. He's not going to hit him with like a kill option. Literally, Ness has to rely like the whole matchup. Ness has to really rely on I'm going to put myself around you and really hope you run into me. That's literally the whole playstyle. Ness is, I really hope you run into me. That's it. And if Sonic doesn't run into him, Ness doesn't do anything. And Sonic has the ability to like pretty much blow him up if he wins neutral. So Ness gonna kind of blow Sonic up as well if he wins neutral. I just feel like Sonic's more consistent at it, which is why I think Sonic's lady wins. Neutral is pretty irritating for both. It's kind of like Sonic is like I really hope you run into me, and it's the other way around. So that neutral is kind of even. I feel like just because Sonic's faster, it's slightly in Sonic's favor. But it kind of boils down to who's better at pushing the advantage. I feel like Sonic's better at pushing it than the other way around. Lucas is kind of on the same boat. Neutral's. I feel like neutral versus Lucas is a little more difficult. But and also Lucas has to go for more reads than Ness though. Like Ness is better at covering options, while Lucas has to make a lot of reads. It's just that Lucas usually gets rewarded a little better. But it's kind of like the same scenario. That's kind of like the trade-off between them. Lucas has to make a little bit more reads, while Ness is better at making covering options. But Lucas is usually going to get the better reward. And also Lucas has a better disadvantage state. Diddy Kong, slight advantage. Diddy Kong can't really hit Sonic with Banana almost ever, unless Sonic again runs at Diddy Kong or lets him. So, like, you could argue that the matchup is like even worse, but like I feel like if you're trying to engage with Diddy Kong, it's very difficult, and you have to engage with him if you want to get a lead, and that's when it becomes very difficult when you're trying to engage with him. Otherwise, you're never gonna get a lead. But like, if a Sonic has a lead and chooses to like not have to like engage, it becomes almost impossible for Diddy Kong to like ever pin down Sonic. If Diddy Kong plays very campy, it also becomes difficult for Sonic. However, Diddy Kong's if Sonic wins the neutral, the disadvantage for Diddy Kong is significantly worse than like the other way around. And so Sonic like slightly wins the matchup, but like yeah, otherwise like Diddy Kong's main game plan usually doesn't work on Sonic. Mega Man's Mega Knight's like loses. There's not like much to go off on this matchup since like you never really see Meta Knight. I just know that from all the good Meta Knights, I played like a lot of like I would consider like top 10 Meta Knights in the world, and I've beaten pretty much all of them. I've beaten all of them actually, and at the same time, I've also noticed that for results, Meta Knight is pretty much always every single time losing to a Sonic. So like based off that, I would assume Sonic wins the matchup, but at the same time also like in the very little amount of times I played it, it's kind of like a scenario where it's like Sonic's playing a game of catch me if you can, and Meta Knight is like really not like going to catch him consistently because like no small limbs. Meta Knight is good at punishing Sonic. He has a really good punish game versus Sonic. But it's so hard for Meta Knight to just pin him down. He's pretty much in the same boat as like DK, where he's not really pinning down Sonic. It's just like he has to hope that he does so he can get that huge punish game. However, otherwise Sonic should be like running away with the lead. Health Death Beats Sonic rollout is way better than Spin Dash. Man, Imaginary Land. Someone who has a good rollout is Yoshi. I think Yoshi is even. I think Yoshi's actually probably the hardest character in the entire game for Sonic to kill. I think Yoshi's probably the hardest character to kill. Just because like a lot of the factors that he's coupled with, the fact that he's super freaking heavy for no reason, he's not really big. His frame data is absurd, so he can water you out. His double jump gives him super armor, so he can get out of a lot of like situations that you would normally kill anyone else. And like, he's not really exploitable in a lot of senses. So he's really, really hard for Sonic to kill. The Yoshi's just playing evasive. But Yoshi also, the same goes all the way around. Yoshi can almost never kill Sonic if the Sonic's playing evasive as well. So it's a pretty even matchup. Luigi's slight advantage. His disadvantage kind of sucks. Neutral is slight Sonic's favor. His punish game is better than Sonic's, obviously, but like, it's really hard. It's a lot harder for Luigi to get the setup than the other way around. So Sonic should be more consistently getting the first stock and getting the lead and running away with it. His only accurate tier list? Damn, bro. I better put everyone in losing and make it 65-45, dude. Slight advantage, Sonic. Neutral's pretty... I feel like Neutral's better for Sonic. Sonic also has an easier time killing, and... yeah. I can see it being here, honestly. The only reason I put it here is because... if the Sheik is playing like out of their mind, they're going like they're going like 500 IQ and they're doing like all the right, like they're just pressuring you like right. They should be keeping it like pretty close to even. because Sheik's pressure is pretty insane. But outside of that, she loses the neutral. She's a lot easier to kill than the other way around. So I put her over here. Greninja is like, I don't know. I feel like the matchup could be like here. I feel like Greninja's punish game is pretty darn good. But like, how is he getting this set up on Sonic? Like, Greninja only gets the ball rolling if he gets like a down tilt or a dash attack, and he's never really gonna get that out of Sonic. So the fact that he can't really catch a Sonic kind of like puts him like here, and at the same time I hear like a lot of Greninjas say like Sonic's like his worst matchup, so I can like see it. He's Roy? I mean, yeah, but that's probably because they're playing Roy players that are better than them and they lose to them. That's literally what's happening, so. Otherwise, like, from the times I played it and, like, from what I can see, it's kind of like a scenario where, like, they both have strengths over each other and both have, like, similar weaknesses, so. Wario, I can see him being, like, here. It's similar in case of Greninja. If he's not getting he has to get a setup on Sonic, but if Sonic doesn't let him, realistically, Wario should never get anything started, so it's pretty bad. I think Eagling's pretty even. They both suck ass at killing each other, so they're both going to super high percents. Their neutral is pretty even. They're pretty much I think this is the most even matchup in the game. I feel like everything's even. They're both equally. They both have a similar disadvantage to each other. They both have a similar advantage state to each other. Their neutral is very equal. Everything is like very even with each other. Wolf, I think he's pretty even too. He's really good at. I think Wolf is probably. Hello gamer, just stopping by to say hi. Good luck with the stream. Hey, how's it going, man? Take care if you're dipping, but I'll be having a good one. I think Wolf probably has the hardest neutral in the entire game for Sonic to deal with. I think Wolf wins the neutral. I think Wolf wins the neutral for free. Because he's beating you that one time. I don't think he's basing it entirely on him beating me. But I did talk to him. I see what he's like. I know what his perception is on the matchup and why he thinks Wolf wins that way. I think it's a very... I think he thinks that because of the neutral. That's it. I think that's why he thinks that, which is true. I think Wolf wins the neutral. I think Wolf has the hardest neutral in the entire game for Sonic to deal with. But I also think that Sonic wins neutral and then Wolf can, like, die. Has he played Sonics recently? He played Sonics a while ago, not recently. But, regardless, I think Sonic's really good at making up for, like, lost percent. Like, if Wolf is winning neutral, like, 5 times, Sonic just needs to win neutral once to make up for it. Which is why I think it's, like, it's, like, pretty much even, just because of, like, that. Because Sonic's really good at making up for, like, the amount of damage, like, Wolf can deal. But neutral is very hard. I think Wolf has, like, the hardest neutral to deal with. But outside of that, Sonic has a much better punish game, in my opinion. Like, Sonic should be, like, making up for all the damage Wolf is doing. Or, like, the stock that Wolf took. And then like it also boils down to like the fact that if Sonic gets the lead, pretty much it's lights out for Wolf. But if Wolf gets the lead, it's pretty much lights out for Sonic. ZS, I think Sonic slightly beats DSS. She's not getting a setup on Sonic. It's a kind of similar case for like to these guys. The only difference is she's a lot more evasive. She's faster, and she's also a lot more consistent at like getting it off of like very safe like pokes, like Nair, and like her neutral is harder than these two. She has a much harder neutral to deal with than these two, which is why she's over here. But again, she's not really getting anything started on Sonic, and she's only getting really straight hits on Sonic if she's lucky, which is why Sonic pretty much wins. I think the pit's over here. I beat the best pit player in the world, so. No, but like, I think, where's the other pit? What the fuck? Is he hiding? Oh, here he is. They're really good at catching Sonic's landings. I think their advantage state is really solid versus Sonic. They have a really solid advantage state. The neutral's alright. It's not great. It's pretty decent, but Sonic wins the neutral. I think it's just that they're really good at pushing advantage, which is what puts them there. Otherwise, like, pretty much everything else is in Sonic's favor. But I think their advantage state is really, like, oppressive against Sonic. I think Snake is, like... I still think Snake is side losing. But, I mean, I feel like I could change my mind sometime down the road. I feel like he's just really... I feel like more times than not, he's kind of like the same scenario with these guys. Neutral's pretty even. We kind of fuck him in disadvantage. But his punish game is so, like, demoralizing, because, like, he'll hit you once, he'll do, like, 80%. And I feel like he should be getting the first kill more consistently than, like, Sonic. Like, the other way around. I feel like it's just... Snake has 5 trillion options to, like, just, you know, bait Sonic with and kill him. While Sonic doesn't have, like, nearly as much versus Snake. And that makes it very difficult for Sonic, because it's not like he's winning the neutral more often than Snake is. I feel like the neutral's even. So when it comes down to, like, the neutral being even, it just pretty much boils down to who has, like, a more consistent way of, like, sealing out the stock and who has, like, the better punish game and, like, stuff like that. And I feel like that pretty much goes to Snake, so... I think Snake wins the matchup slightly. I think Sonic beats Shulk. He can just stall out Monados. Shulk is also, like... He's very... I know, like, the thing is he has a lot of range, which makes up for the fact he has slow frame data. But I feel like against a character like Sonic, that doesn't matter. If you have slow frame data, you're getting oppressed. And Sonic oppresses Shulk, like, pretty well. And also, Shulk, because of the slow frame data, he has to make a lot of guesses on how he's going to catch Sonic, because Sonic can be in his face, and by the time Shulk presses a button, Sonic can just turn around and run away, and he will not come out in time to catch him. And it's very difficult for Shulk to ever, like, really get anything started with Sonic and, like, ever, like, catch him. While, like, Sonic is really good at cornering Shulk and forcing Shulk to choose an option that Sonic can easily whiff punish. So because of that, I think Sonic just wins the match, because he's consistently whiff punishing Shulk, and Shulk is not really getting anything started. It's very hard for Shulk to, like, win the neutral versus Sonic. I think Sonic wins the neutral, like, pretty solidly. And, like, the punish game is pretty much slightly Sonic's favor as well. Because, like, Shulk has to, like, get, like, a Monado start or whatever, and Sonic can stall that out, while Sonic just has to hit him once. And if he doesn't have Shield Art active, or, like, available, he just gets blown up. And then when he does have Shield Art, Sonic is really good at just, you know, pressuring that, or, like, abusing that. And forcing, like, him to, like, switch out of Monados. I think Sonic slightly beats Banjo. This character's annoying as fuck. But Sonic wins the neutral. And Banjo's advantage state is not better than Sonic's. And his disadvantage state is worse than Sonic, so. How well does Sonic do in the Blaze matchup? She's not even in the fucking game, bro. So it sucks to suck. He plays Rushdown. Pac-Man is a character that Sonic does want to play Rushdown. I feel like on Wi-Fi, it's harder, but on, like, I feel like offline Sonic slightly wins the matchup, just because, like memes is, like, Sonic actually does rush down a character like Pac-Man. Sonic is really good at just, like, running circle, pretty much, like, running outside of, like, Pac-Man's bubble and, like, pressuring him to choose an option. And Sonic's really good at just, like, whiff punishing it, while Pac-Man has to constantly guess a lot more, because he's pretty much trying to get a fruit set up. He's trying to get the Hydra set. He's trying to get, like, a lot of setups to get the ball rolling. If he's not getting his setup, he's pretty much, like, a character with, like, small limbs and, like, can't really contest Sonic at all, if anything. So he has to literally get a setup. And if Sonic's constantly pressuring around him, Sonic is really good at punishing his setups. Work finish? Ah, good shit, bro. Welcome back, dog. Talking about Sonic's matchup spread. So because of that, I think Sonic slightly wins the matchup. Also, Sonic is just overall, I feel like, more consistent at getting the kill. If you know how to kill Pac-Man, I feel like a lot of people are very afraid to, like, contest Pac-Man in certain scenarios, but Sonic is really good at just contesting and beating out hitboxes that Pac-Man has. Ice Climbers, I think Sonic slightly beats Ice Climbers. He's really good at separating the Ice Climbers and camping them out. Like, they can't really do much if Sonic camps them out. It's just that if they touch you, you die. So again, similar scenario with these guys. Sonic is much better in the neutral. He's really good at camping them. He's really good at abusing them in disadvantage, all that nonsense. But if they touch you, you die. So It's really bad. Like they actually like you will explode and they can catch you pretty easily. I know the same could be said for these guys over here. The difference is for them to like actually catch you with anything meaningful is so much more difficult than these guys. I feel like these guys have a more consistent way of catching you with something meaningful than these guys. To have the time to think or get bonus fruit going. I guess Pac-Man, you don't want him to have time to think about. Yeah, pretty much. Can win neutral suffers when attacks connect. Rob. I think it's even. Or I think it's evenish. If anyone wins the matchup, it's Sonic though. I feel like it's definitely. I feel like it definitely could be like here, honestly. I want to say it's even just because Rob's boxing game is absurd. Like, the fact that, like, he's a heavy that tries to zone you is usually a weakness in itself that Sonic can abuse. But the fact that if Sonic is trying to get in on him and then suddenly Rob is boxing you and his boxing game is now better than yours for some reason, that's an issue. Because like, that's usually, like, Sonic's, like, way of abusing, like, you know, zoners, right? Like, usually the way he gets in on the Belmonts is that if he gets in, he's up their ass and he can't really deal with it. But Rob has ways to, like, deal with it. You know, he's very consistent, like, hitting you with a fast option that if you get hit by it, he pretty much kills you for it. But I feel like his disadvantage is so much worse. I feel like his disadvantage is so easily exploitable by Sonic, and the fact that, like, neutral is still, like, very, like, solid for Sonic, that it is probably slight Sonic. I think Sonic slightly beats these guys as well. They're really good at boxing Sonic as well, and at the same time they're also good at like using projectiles to, like, condition Sonic. The issue is if Sonic puts them in the air, their aerials are good. But I feel like versus Sonic specifically, Sonic is really good at, like, punishing the aerials. Like, he's really good at wave punishing. He's really good at abusing a Samus in the air. Like, a Samus that jumps, I feel like is really exploitable by Sonic. Like, Sonic is really good at beating up a Samus that jumps. And Samus has to jump eventually. While, like, Samus doesn't really have much counterplay against Sonic outside of, like, just wall him out. Sonic has a lot more options versus Samus the other way around. Can you go over Mega Man next? I think Mega Man is like a similar case to Samus, but I'll put him in even because I feel like his neutral is a lot better. He's a lot more oppressive than the Samus because I mean obviously pellets are a pain he has to deal with, but at the same time his projectile game is also a lot better. Leaf Shield is a lot more annoying. His punishing game is a lot more annoying. He has a lot more safe pressure, like his like Metal Blade serves as like fucking Banana 2.0. If he throws a Metal Blade at you, he can get like a bunch of setups, so you have to watch out for that projectile. He has a Crush Bomber that goes through like literally everything. It goes through invincibility and whatnot, so you have to watch out for that. He has a bunch of ways to like get setups. Leaf Shield's annoying as hell. Pellets are annoying. Like he has a lot of more projectiles in his arsenal that are like annoying to deal with. At the same time, he's also like he's a lot more consistent at killing as well. He's really good at getting like his backers really fast frame 4. He has setups into it. He has better ways of wave punishing. But against Sonic specifically, it's still really hard for Mega Man to get the kill. And at the same time, Mega Man's disadvantage is also not the greatest. And Sonic's really good at abusing it. So I feel like that's what like evens it out pretty much. I feel like they both struggle as equally as much to kill each other. And in neutral, it's pretty much equal. So because of that, I feel like it balances out to an even matchup. I feel like also being really fast is hard for Mega Man. I'm gonna go to bed. Alright, good night, Speedbolt. Take care, bro. Yo, Bolt, give me a sub. What, dude? Aren't you a sub already? Or do you just gift everyone a sub by yourself? Bruh. Bruh. Bandit has a slight advantage. Her neutral is pretty bad compared to Sonic, but everything else pretty much balances out. Their punish game is equally as strong against each other. Their disadvantage is pretty much equal against each other. Everything is equal except for the neutral, where Sonic pretty much wins. Sonic pretty much excels the neutral, so he's over here. A lot of these matchups, if you notice, is pretty much the neutral, and Sonic is a lot more consistent in getting the neutral. Sonic pretty much shits on Robin. Slowest character in the game. He has to rely on projectiles, which Sonic has no problem getting around. His disadvantage stays very bad. He's not good at dealing against pressure. He has to like constantly guess. And Robin doesn't have a real way of pressuring Sonic. His aerials are good, and he's good at like, you know, going for like YOLO options that could catch Sonic off guard and kill him, like out of nowhere, like really early. But outside of that, like Robin is usually getting oppressed. Or he's just chasing Sonic and never catching him. And yeah, like that gives him time to like charge projectiles, but his projectiles are very reactable. And like they're very easy to get around, especially offline, so it's like it's literally nothing to worry about. Wii Fit, slight advantage. Her neutral's dog shit unless she's standing at ledge, in which case that's not really a neutral. She's kind of putting herself in like a situation where you can pressure her a lot easier. Otherwise, she's never contesting. If she has to fight Sonic on stage, she pretty much gets obliterated. So she has to try to contest him off stage, but Sonic has no problem dealing with it either. The only threatening thing about this matchup that doesn't put her here is the fact that she can go sicko mode. By that I mean she goes fucking Kaioken, where she goes red and shit, and she suddenly becomes a top 10 character because now she's really fast. She has suddenly a much better neutral. She's a lot harder to kill, and she hits you. She does like 50%, or she kills you. She either does 50% of you, or you're above 50% already, and she just kills you because her tilts cover literally the entire. I feel like that's another thing that makes it difficult. The fact that her tilts are so humongous. If her tilts weren't so huge, that would also make the matchup a lot easier. Her tilts being humongous, the fact that she has a really good roll at ledge, and the fact that like if she goes sicko mode, she can kill you with like literally any option under like her belt, which are all really good, makes the matchup like not as free as it should be. And at the same time, also like she's also a lot harder to, or a lot scarier to pressure in some scenarios because like her backer is frame 5, for example, and if she's sicko mode and she has a frame 5 backer, she's killing you at like 70 from center stage or some shit. Like she can be really ridiculous at times, but that's like on and off. When it's off, when she's in like her regular version, she's pretty much getting obliterated. And the same can be said for Joker, which is why Joker would be over here. Joker pretty much gets like shat on in like neutral. He's really bad at contesting Sonic. Sonic is really good at stalling out Arsene the way he's good at stalling out Wii Fit's like sicko mode. Joker's neutral is better than Wii Fit's, but Wii Fit's ability to bait and punish Sonic is a little better than Joker's, if that makes any sense. Because like Wii Fit is a lot better at putting herself in scenarios that's difficult for Sonic to deal with. For example, like ledge. If she's like camping ledge, she's a lot better at camping ledge than Joker is, for example. And that's a lot scarier for Sonic to deal with because Sonic has to commit significantly more at ledge than anywhere else on the stage. And if he makes a mistake, he can just die. While like versus Joker, Sonic doesn't really ever have to commit versus him. And if Joker's at ledge, he's a lot easier to deal with. However, Joker is overall going to be forcing Sonic to interact more than Wii Fit is. So the interaction with Wii Fit is a lot scarier, but Sonic can interact less with Wii Fit than he will with Joker. So that's kind of like what puts them on the same tier, but although he beats both of them the same way. Sonic can fare through Arc Fire. I mean, yeah, Arc Fire is not really a scary thing if you know how to deal with it. It's more or less, I think the scariest thing about Robin is the aerials. That's pretty much it. Robin's aerials are like really good, but Zelda, if you're a fast character, it's hard for her. If you're the fastest character in the game, it's really hard for her. Ike, he has to fish. That's literally the character. He has to fish, and if you're a character that fishes, Sonic's really good at whiff punishing you. It's just difficult because he's again that character that if he punishes you, you die, and he's really good at pushing advantage state versus Sonic and covering options and killing you for making a mistake. Lucina, I think, is even. Is it better to play defensive Sonic in a lot of matchups or aggro Sonic? I mean, it depends on the match. Generally, you want to play defensive, but there are some matchups you want to play more aggressive. For example, like you want to play pretty aggressive versus Rob. You want to be up his ass. You want to like pressure him. You want to rush him down. You want to pressure him. Same can be said for Pac-Man sometimes. Not all the time, but in many scenarios you want to. There are scenarios where it's same with Rob, I guess, where like a lot of the time you want to rush him down, but there's instances where you have to realize that all right, now's the time to back off and play very patient. And it's kind of like you have to do like a back and forth thing. Like you have to go back and forth when those play styles. But you're generally going to be rushing them down. So with Lucina, she's really, really good at covering Sonic's options and getting a huge amount of reward for it. She has really good advantage state versus Sonic. She's very oppressive against Sonic. But Sonic is much better. Sonic is significantly better than neutral. And that it's pretty much like the thing that makes it even. Like the only thing, it's literally the fact that Sonic's neutral is like so much better than Lucina's, is in like the matchup at least, is what makes it even. Otherwise, like Lucina has like the better punish game in my opinion. Sonic's disadvantage state is a little better, I suppose. But like her advantage state is like a lot better than Sonic's in my opinion in this matchup. Like her advantage state is broken in this matchup. So it is pretty much like the thing that balances out. But otherwise, like Sonic should be like pretty much shitting on her in neutral. Corrin, slight advantage, kind of like just a slower version of Lucina, really. Good at covering like options. Pretty good punish game against Sonic. It's just again like the neutral is really hard, and especially if Sonic has a lead, Corrin's slow ass is not doing anything about it, so gets camped out, loses. But still a really good punish game. Really good at covering options. Villager, I think this is a bad matchup. Sonic just runs away. Same with like Isabelle. Sonic's really good at just like whiff punishing, and then like if Sonic chooses to not interact, Villager can't really do so much. If Villager chooses to slingshot, Sonic's really good at getting around it. Hot take, Ganon is hard advantage. Oh, where's Ganon? It's not a hot take. I mean, I agree. Ganon is probably the easiest character in the game, the Gimp. Probably easier than like Little Mac. Just because you throw him off stage. It's very easy to get Gimp. Ganondorf and his neutral is also worse than Little Mac's. The thing is, Ganon can be a lot more scary just because he's better at covering options because Ganon actually has aerials. So if you have aerials, it pretty much makes it so like it's scary to jump versus you because Ganon's aerials are all really good. His back air is good, his up air is good, his nair is good. Like all of his aerials are really good. So like it can be scary to jump or like try to get around Ganon while on the ground he's dog shit. While it's like kind of the other way around. Little Mac, around the ground, he's very scary, but in the air he's dog shit. They both have pretty much the same equally shit recovery, so overall they're still like losing neutral more times than not, and they're both dying for losing neutral once. Then compared to the other way around, they're not killing Sonic off like one neutral win. Let's see. Piranha Plant. I think his advantage state, his neutral is bad versus Sonic. His disadvantage state is not good versus Sonic. Sonic's really good at baiting it. He's not really baiting Sonic at all. He doesn't have really anything going for him against Sonic, really. The only reason he's not here is because, like, you know, he has a much scarier punish game than all of these guys. Kirby has a pretty scary punish game, but Piranha Plant should be getting it more consistently than Kirby. Kirby should, like, never be touching you. Anyone here who would have, like, I guess per se a better punish game is going to get it a lot less frequently than him. Like, a lot less frequently. Marth, I want to say slight advantage. Similar case with Lucina, it's just, it's very hard for Marth to space a tipper and kill Sonic, actually. So Sonic is going to be surviving a lot longer against him than Lucina, so. Marthritis. I think Sonic actually kind of shits on Young Link. This is my hot take. I feel like Young Link can't really kill Sonic, while Sonic has a much easier time killing Young Link. I feel like Young Link is a really easy character to abuse off stage. Neutral's pretty even. Damage output. I feel like it's a lot of it is even, but a Sonic with a lead is a lot harder to deal with than the other way around. I feel like a Toon Link with a Young Link with a lead is not nearly as scary than the other way around. And I feel like Sonic is also a lot better. Like he should be getting the first stock almost every time. So that like puts it over here. Rosa, Luma, good walls. Very dog shit disadvantage, but everything else is really hard to deal with against her. She has a really good punish. She has a really good punish game in Sonic. Probably better than the other way around. Maybe not better. Probably actually no, because I feel like yeah, her advantage state is better than Sonic's. I would say, but because her disadvantage is so dog shit, it pretty much equals out. Neutral is pretty even, I would say. Neutral is very hard versus her. I feel like the only like thing Sonic has going for him is that he's just a lot faster. And if Rosa loses Luma, which is not hard for Sonic to do to get rid of Luma, it becomes a really bad matchup for Rosa. So that's pretty much what makes a slight advantage for Sonic. Olimar, I think, is I want to say he's on the same boat as Pikachu. Whereas Punish Game is insane, but he should never be catching Sonic, and Spin Dash is impossible for him to deal with. Spin Dash invalidates pretty much Olimar. Chrom, side advantage. Everything's pretty much even except for the fact that if Chrom gets thrown off stage, he should die every time. And Sonic is very good at throwing Chrom off stage. Byleth, advantage. Horrible neutral versus Sonic. Horrible. Her punish game doesn't make up for it. Nothing she does really makes up for anything. She just gets waxed. Min Min, still to be determined. Duck Hunt, I want to say slight advantage. Yeah. Easy to camp. He's really good at walling out Sonic. He has really good walls. He's really good at like just cheesing Sonic. But Sonic is really good at just blowing Duck Hunt up in disadvantage. And if Sonic has a lead, it's a lot easier. I feel like he's better at camping the other way around. Why isn't Byleth in hard advantage? Because like Byleth can still has like some crazy shit. Like she still has like some good movement with like her mix-ups where she can like do like pull out the bow and then suddenly wave dash or some bullshit, or like she has like a lot of like mix-ups, which makes it a little scary. And she can catch you with like a lot of like she has some good options. Like her up air is really good, her up smash is really good. She can catch you lacking and like she can get the kill. But she is pretty much the fact that she's her neutral, I guess what I would say is better than them, and like her mix-up potential is better. But outside of that, like she gets obliterated everywhere else. So like a slight advantage. He does a little better than Young Link just because he's faster and he has better kill power. He's more consistent at killing, but pretty much same weaknesses. Pokemon Trader, slight advantage. I feel like none of the Pokemon beat Sonic. I feel like Sonic beats every one of them. Charizard, heavy. Not much more to say. Squirtle, just a discount Pichu, loses. Probably loses the hardest out of the other two. Ivysaur probably does the best, maybe? I feel like Charizard probably also... I feel like Charizard has a chance of doing the best, but Ivysaur also has a chance of doing the best. His neutral is not really good versus Sonic, but his punish game is really good. But like he still loses. Like Sonic pretty much shits on him in neutral. And if Ivysaur is in disadvantage, he will get destroyed unless he switches to Charizard. So he's almost always going to switch to Charizard if he's in disadvantage, which is the easy bait. Dude, I feel like their disadvantage is just so bad versus Sonic. I feel like they just kind of like get destroyed and their neutral doesn't make up for it. I'd say slight advantage for Min Min. Alright, I mean, I disagree. I wouldn't imagine it being Min Min's favor. Yes, the Sonic matchup chart. DDD. Probably hard advantage. It's fucking DDD. Not much to say. Ridley, he's really fast. He's good at covering options. He's kind of like the same case with Donkey Kong. Kind of hard to kill. He's really good at covering options. He's pretty fast. He's pretty agile. He can blow Sonic up. I feel like Ridley's a lot better at neutral versus Sonic than DK. But Ridley's disadvantage is also better than DK's. But I feel like it's a lot harder for Ridley to like net a kill, honestly, against Sonic. Compared to like let's say the other heavies. I feel like for Ridley to get a kill move on Sonic is a lot harder than these two. Which is what puts him on the same tier. Ridley's advantage, his disadvantage is horrendous. But his neutral is good and his punish game is good, so. But that's pretty much what keeps it on even terms, except for the fact that his disadvantage say is so horrendous that Sonic pretty much wins the matchup because of that alone. Falco, neutral is bad. I feel like Falco is. I feel like it could be here, honestly. I feel like Falco just doesn't do good at all versus Sonic. I think very poorly about Falco in the Sonic matchup. I feel like his neutral is really fucking bad. I feel like his neutral is horrible versus Sonic. I feel like he has one of the worst neutrals in the game versus Sonic. He has to constantly fish, which is not good. Again, Sonic's baiting that. He's whiff punishing that. His disadvantage is horrendous versus Sonic. If he hits Sonic, it's an amazing punish game. But Sonic usually is hard to combo to begin with, so he's not like destroying Sonic for winning neutral. He's just getting momentum. But Sonic should be winning neutral like 100 out of 1 times, and then Sonic should be killing Falco like 1 out of 3 times for winning neutral. Why is Yoshi even? Yoshi, like I said, I think Yoshi is the hardest character in the entire game to kill for Sonic. Like, easily. If not one of the hardest. But, I do think that Yoshi is the hardest character in the game for Sonic to kill. He's small. I mean, he's hard to hit. He has really good airspeed. He's really, really heavy for no reason. He has really, really good frame data, so he's good at just, stuffing out Sonic. He has super armor, double jump, which gets him out of like a lot of Sonic setups that would work almost on anyone else. So he's really hard for Sonic to kill in general. And it doesn't help with the fact that he has really good combo games, he's really good at covering options, he's really good at like he's really good at like just, having strong kill power and consistent kill power. But because he's very, short in range, it pretty much everything goes the other way around. It's almost impossible for Yoshi to kill Sonic if he doesn't want to be killed, but again, the same goes all the way around. They both have really good advantage states against each other. They both have, the neutral is a little bit in Sonic's favor, but I feel like Yoshi makes up for that again and like just having better kill power, so. I feel like it pretty much makes the matchup even. Hero kind of gets pressured. He can't really have time to bring out his spells. His frame does ass. I feel like RNG puts him here, so he's here. He could be here, but RNG's always comes in clutch. He's probably here though. I feel like he's just very scary, which is why he's here. Because you can make a mistake and he just kills you at like 20 because RNG's. Same with Lucario. Kind of gets shed on everywhere, but then you don't get the kill on Lucario because Sonic can't kill. And he's at 180 and he hits you at 40 and you die. It happens. It shouldn't be happening, but it happens, so he's here. The Mii's, I don't fucking know. I think Sonic beats all the Mii's like pretty convincingly. Anyways, that's my matchup though. Raw MK is 100 times better than who? Who losing? Oh. These guys. I didn't realize I wasn't showing the whole chart. So anyways, this is my matchup chart. I'll post a VOD on YouTube. Yeah. So this is my matchup chart. I'll post a VOD on YouTube so you guys can like rewatch it there. Yeah, that's so Sonic. I actually genuinely think, memes aside, I might get like a lot of Well, look for this, but I genuinely think that offline Sonic is a top 10 character. I think he's a very solid top tier. I think his matchup spread is really, really amazing. And I feel like he's a character. I think what makes Sonic really good is the fact that he's a character that has an option versus everybody. He's not like he's not a character that's like exploitable. That there's counterplay to, really. Like there's no real counterplay to Sonic. For example, Rob, his notable weakness is that he has a very bad disadvantage, so he loses to characters that are really good at oppressing people with bad disadvantages. For example, Mario. Mario hits him once, he explodes. You literally take a character with like solid follow game, a solid like combo game and stuff like that. He explodes. Falco blows him up. He wins neutral. He explodes. Mario, for example. Mario is a character that has very short range. He loses to a lot of ranged sword characters. He loses to Lucina. He loses to Cloud. He loses to characters that can space him out consistently because Mario has a really hard time at getting in on people. Let me take another top tier. I mean, if you want to call Pichu top tier. Peach. Really, really bad at dealing with characters that are good at just camping and walling her out, which is why every Peach main will go and be like, oh, we lose to Samus, we lose to Sonic, we lose to Belmont. Like, we lose to characters that wall them out. They have a really hard time at getting in on people, and people that can just anti-air. Fox is really, really bad at dealing with characters that can just kill him off stage by like putting him at ledge and then killing him. Pretty much characters that can like send him horizontally consistently, and then just make him explode for being set in that angle. And there's a lot of characters that are like really good at just doing that. I would like to say that like, you know, a sword character like say Rom, for example, or Roy, literally just put Fox at ledge, make him guess wrong, and he dies. He's a character that literally just explodes at 60 if he just guesses wrong for being at ledge. Or just being off stage because his explorer recovery. Which again, characters that are really good at pressing him. When I say off stage, I mean like horizontally. So characters that are really good at just pushing you off stage horizontally, those are characters that do really good at first fight. Those are like notable weaknesses that like these top tiers have, you know. Every character, pretty much every top tier has like a really like notable weakness. It's pretty much exploitable. Wolf, very bad at dealing with pressure, which is why he loses to the rats. Sonic isn't a character that has to deal with any of those weaknesses. He's not a character that's like, oh yes, he loses, he's really bad at dealing with this. Like, no. Sonic is a character that has counterplay for almost literally everything. Sonic is really good at dealing with sword characters because he's really good at closing gaps and whiff punishing, which is why he does good versus sword characters. He's really good at being evasive and avoiding projectiles and closing gaps, which is another reason why he's good at versus all the projectile characters. He's really good at anti-airing, which is just why he's good against characters that like to be in the air a lot, like Peach, for example. He has a really, really strong neutral, which is why he's good against characters that are neutral heavy. Like, let's say Sheik, for example, or a character like I would say like Wolf, that's very focused on neutral. He's a character that's like he's good at dealing against rushdown characters. He's good at walling people out with spin dash. It's a really good option, which is why he's also good at dealing against like Sheik, or he's good at dealing against Roy, or good at dealing against Fox, other rushdown characters. He's a character that literally has an answer for virtually any situation, which is what makes him very good. He's not a character that's like, yes, you do this and he struggles against it. Like, no, there's not really an option that you can abuse that he struggles against. There's nothing that you can abuse that he struggles against, which is essentially why I put him on that tier. Like make the first hit and second hit link together. Are you talking about upper? Yeah, we're talking about upper. His only real weakness is the fact that like his moves are inconsistent, which is like it's gonna happen. But Sonic is really good at making up for it. So, is it a Wi-Fi tier list? No, it's an offline tier list. But anyways, that is my tier list. Hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys enjoyed it.